This is Wine Story, where we tackle wine-related topics, wine stuff, and the fun stuff. Let's get rolling. You've probably heard me say so many times the words wine tasting. How wine tastes.
Wine tasting.
Wine tastings. And what is it actually? So in this video, we are going to tackle what does it really mean, the words wine tasting, what goes on in a wine tasting, and is it important? Why is it important in the wine industry to have wine tastings? It's kind of like a sensory examination and evaluation of wine. You're involving your senses, your sense of smell, your sense of sight, and your sense of taste. You're involving those three to get a deeper understanding of wines that are in front of you, and that's what you're essentially doing in a wine tasting. So wine producers for the longest time have always been doing wine tastings. That dates back even to the 14th century. It's as old as wine production. Some of them are very formal, and wine tastings come in forms of an event. So you'd find it advertised. Like we, as a Wine Story, have actually advertised the mini wine tastings. We had one, I think 2 weeks ago. We're having more, and we're also advertising more and more, so we encourage people to actually join us as we push more and more wine tasting events to people. Some of them may come as private tastings or dinners, and that's where you find for example, people like the Dion, East Africa, they have a very unique wine cellar door whereby you can book it for a very private and intimate event.
As we're tasting the wine, we're actually supposed to rate them, with spices, flower, fruits, to see the body, the fruit level. So I'm gonna rate them as I think, and we'll see how far I am from it. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in Italy or something.
But like I said, it's called the cellar door, and it has that vibe. Like you feel like you're in a cellar with all the different wines to choose from. Yeah. And again, all of our favorite wines.
I'm excited.
This is gonna be hard because I want to buy them all.
It's a very interesting way to hang out. You should really try it. It will really change how you think about wines, and also the relationship you have with that type of alcohol actually. So within some of these events, you will learn new terminologies. You will learn some of these like aromas. You learn what a palate is, the roof of your mouth. You learn what it is, how to identify it, how to swirl, how to, we've covered the, how to hold your glass and all that. Some things have just been here, but you're now identifying the obvious, and now bear and get a deeper understanding of wines. Another thing that you discover with wine tastings is it can get very technical, right? In the hierarchy as you go higher. For the people who don't know, a sommelier is like sort of a wine expert who understands also service. So he's probably working with a restaurant so that he can recommend wines in the wine menu. And this is somebody who can also teach you more about the wines, who can recommend based on the foods that are presented to you. So that's, a sommelier comes hand in hand with also the wine tastings that are going on. And what they do is they basically explain to you, this is the wine importer. The wine importer is normally there, just next. They introduce what the wine brands, then the sommelier now takes over. And then after that, there's probably some foodstuffs that people are given. Maybe if you're doing some pairing, just to see how the wines pair with some foods. Very interesting things. You should try that out. You'll find cheese there. You'll find some biscuits. Yeah. You'd find some, even some ham, some salami. Whether it's spiced. Very interesting, by the way. You'd find some olives. You'd find some pickles. You'd find some... everything. I'm waiting to see somebody who would do local wine tastings. That would be dope. Actually, I should challenge you guys to actually try that, right? I was in Diani the other day, and Diani were actually complaining. They were saying there are no wine tastings there. So actually, I'm trying to basically encourage all the wine importers, wine enthusiasts, hold these things in different towns, so that people can get to understand wines from a deeper level. Again, going back to the number of wines in the market, it's very hard now for a customer or a client or anyone basically who is trying out wines for the first time, or is just, is just hanging in there, doesn't know which wine to pick, right? It's very hard for you to know what to pick when and where. You're in the supermarket, you're confused. So many wine brands. So that's where now the wine tastings, they come in. Just an opportunity to let you know, our blog is basically a lot of education. Just type thewinestory.com and you'll find a lot of information there. It's a bit localized, so there's a lot of information there that pertains to Kenya and what's happening in the wine space. We also write we distribute a lot of press releases. Whether you have any event that you would like us to cover, we put it there. If there's anyone who wants to also distribute some sort of hard news, we work with also mainstream media, that's Nation, Standard and all that. Something that touches on the country, the pandemic, we also covered a lot about that. And then we also originate a lot of articles from our side so that we're able to, to basically give you holistic information about the wine industry in Kenya. So feel free, you guys just, you know the drill. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We've tried to be everywhere, even on LinkedIn we are there. And then we also have this video series as you see it like this. See you in the next video, guys, and take care. Enjoy.